Greg, thank you for joining me this morning. Lots of excitement in your office yesterday. How much does this mean for the airline?
Yes, look, it's a massive boost for us, isn't it? I've often referred to Air New Zealand operating in thirds: a third domestic, a third Tasman and Pacific Islands, and a third long haul. So for us to have the opportunity to now reconnect with Australia without having to deal with any managed quarantine is a massive boost for the business. And the excitement, you could see it from right across our business yesterday, was just really palpable.
Are tickets flying out the door?
They are. So, we put the flights online at 4 p.m. yesterday. We didn't want to get ahead. We didn't know what the date was going to be, and we didn't want to get our customers, purchasing until we were sure that the borders were going to be free from managed quarantine. And during about a 6-hour period, we saw about 100-fold increase in the sales. And in fact, during that period, we did more sales than what we have ever done in the history of Air New Zealand across the Tasman. So clearly there's some pent-up demand. I don't think that will continue at that rate, for forever. But clearly there's a lot of people who do want to reconnect.
Absolutely. A 100-fold increase is huge for the airline. How many flights to and from Australia at this stage will you be operating?
Yeah, we'll be building that schedule up gradually. So it gets quite quickly to about 146. We'll be flying from Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch and Queenstown. And then there'll be 10 ports in Australia that will be opening up. And we're pretty excited to be able to get back into Hobart. We haven't been there for a long time, and also Adelaide. So, as I said, there's pent-up demand. We'll see how this plays out over the next few weeks, but we're very excited to be up and running now.
The Queensland Premier here this morning has tweeted that she wants to use the opportunity to boost regional travel. Are there any plans for the airline to fly into that state's far north at this stage?
Yes, we're very keen to get up into Cairns and obviously be on the Gold Coast, and we're keen to get tourism going in Australia and also in New Zealand. And the fact that both countries, I think, have done a really terrific job of managing through COVID and can now operate in this effectively free environment, I think means we're going to see lots of tourism occur, particularly around school holidays.
Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has said that it isn't going to be risk-free travel. How will you navigate borders if there are any COVID outbreaks?
Yeah, I guess one of the things we've seen in the last year or so is our ability to open up and close down and open up and close down. And whether you've been here in New Zealand and been through 3 lockdowns over the last few months in Auckland, or in Australia with lockdowns, obviously in Queensland and then Victoria, I think we've all developed a muscle to be able to deal with this and to work through it sensibly. So, both countries have come up with some protocols and some ways of looking at either pausing flights or suspending. And we'll just see as this unfolds, and no doubt if there are issues, we'll all lean in together and work out how we can do the right thing for all those stakeholders.
Absolutely. And what about for the customer in the event that there is a suspension of the travel bubble, for example? Will the customer be able to get a credit note or a refund for that flight?
Yes, for obviously one that they've not participated in, we would absolutely put that into credit as we have done. And, just a quick call out, I think, to customers who have been part of the airline industry and the way that they've supported us during this last year. We don't take that for granted, and we would want to make sure that we can do everything we can to look after them as we enter this next phase.
What will your operating capacity be when that bubble commences? Will it get closer to those pre-pandemic levels?
It will in time. Initially there's a booking window and not everyone is going to be jumping on a plane from day one, but it builds reasonably quickly to be very close to what we were pre-COVID. So, that happens in a matter of weeks.
Yesterday, you sent the Qantas boss, Alan Joyce, a pavlova, of course, covered in kiwi fruit. It's been a while since the two airlines passed each other in the skies.
That's for sure, and we're looking forward to doing it again. And we love that friendly banter that we get between, New Zealand and Australia, and welcome all Australians into New Zealand, as I know that you'll be welcoming all Kiwis into Australia. So we're enjoying that. These planes passing back in the sky is going to be a terrific thing.
Absolutely. And will you be coming to Australia anytime soon, Greg?
I will be. I have 3 children over there. So as soon as I can get some free time in my diary, I'll be over to catch up with them and catch up with grandchildren that I've not seen for the best part of 2 years. So I'm really looking forward to getting back to Australia soon.